why is it important to create effective marketing strategies, but also follow through to really boost your competitive advantage? Hi, my name is Mike Saunders, and I own a company called Marketing Huddle. My company is a digital marketing agency focusing on authority positioning and reputation marketing. So many companies will focus on one thing, like I will do pay-per-click advertising, or I will do your social media, or I will do search engine optimization. But actually, those are tactics. And so many times people see an advertisement and they get enamored with that shiny object. They see the results of maybe this one campaign where someone put up a post and it went viral and they got business from it. Well, unfortunately, those are hard to replicate, hard to plan, and sometimes it's just the perfect storm. So people will want to make sure their strategy is in place before executing their tactics. In fact, my tagline for my company is strategy, tactics, execution. And the progression is you need that strategy first before implementing your tactics. And then you can't just know that you have a strategy and some tactics, you have to execute it, right? So when you do that the right way, your competitive advantage is now shown very strong because there's too many people out there that will go and have a consultant come in, work on a marketing strategy, work it out with all the board members, the team, and then it never gets implemented. Or it gets implemented for a minute, right? Have you ever seen that before? Have you ever visited a Facebook page, business page, and you see a post from 4 years ago or one post a month and that's about it? That shows that they're not consistently implementing their strategy. And here's another thing to keep in mind. Statistics have shown over decades that it takes people multiple times of seeing the same message over and over to really get it. And why would that be? Some statistics will say 15 to 20 times or more. And I would say it's about triple that because we're so distracted these days. We've got text message, instant message, Instagram, Snapchat, all the things that will distract attention. So think about your target audience. If you really want to clearly communicate your competitive advantage to them, you can't just say it one time. You can't just tweet it once. You can't just put it on a billboard or whatever mode of marketing that you're going to use. It cannot be one time. It has to be a systematic and consistent delivery. Just like we know from IMC, Integrated Marketing Communications, that message has to be consistent and across all channels because someone can easily tune you out if you just do an email campaign once a week and that's it. Because they'll just set up an Outlook rule and dump it into trash, or they'll just unsubscribe, right? So that's one thing you have to keep in mind is creating that marketing strategy first before creating your tactics. But then when you create your tactics, you make sure that you implement and execute on them consistently because sometimes it takes that momentum to have 2, 4, 6 quarters or more of your tactics being executed before there gets that critical mass of people remembering or following through with what your direct response advertising is asking for. So it is super important to have that strategy in place and think about it like a marketing plan. Sometimes you'll see a 30-page marketing plan, right? And that could be effective for a lot of organizations. And I taught a class recently for a school that the entire class was based on the book on the business canvas, which is a one-page business plan or marketing plan, whichever way you wanted to fill it out. One page. Well, why is that? Because there's a whole lot of people that just want to focus on the MVP, the minimum viable product. And if that's the case, you don't need a 30-page plan for that yet. Maybe you do down the road. Maybe you start to see that minimum viable product gaining some ground and momentum, and then you can build it out. But you must have that strategy first and then implement those tactics consistently because then your competitive advantage stays strong.